Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Man, isn't this a nice stack of gold? Wouldn't we all love to have a pile about that big? Let's get into the news today regarding our investments. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and you know I certainly do appreciate it. Right now, you should be buying gold and silver, and many of you are. When you make your choice to go buy gold and silver, go check out our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you'll get a free half ounce of silver. Well, looky here. Elon Musk. I'm getting a Shiba Inu. Resistance is futile. Now, of course, this tweet is old. This person just went ahead and redid it. And he's talking about his dog. This is from the 14th of 2021. It still sent people in a frenzy because they're not paying attention to the details. Pay attention, peeps. And what do we have here? It says China and Russia have accumulated a lot of gold and are dumping their dollar assets, which is true. There's many articles about that. They're trying to get away from the dollar, and with good reason. By escalating the Ukraine conflict and imposing financial sanctions, we are pushing them to establish an alternative global monetary system, likely based on gold. I hope so. When this happens, the U.S. will crash and our massively indebted economies will suffer. This is big geopolitical blunder. And by the way, Canada has no gold reserves. We won't have anything to support the cans. Almost nobody sees this coming. Well, I guess they shouldn't have spent so much time and concern over some truck drivers. It says, P.S. I support the return to sound money and to the gold standard, as I have often said over the past decade, but not in an unprepared and destabilizing fashion as the one we are facing now. Our irresponsible governments are completely unaware of the consequences of their action. Well, that's not surprising to anybody. Look, we didn't vote these geniuses into office. Some of them got in there by nefarious ways, but nobody said they were definitely voted on because of their brains. We know there is a huge cartel of criminals running our governments, and as far as I'm concerned, let them be exposed. And this would be a great lesson to everybody else to pay more attention to what's going on. So if it's going to be a rude awakening, I don't have a problem with it. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Russia, for the first time, holds more gold than U.S. dollars. Gold made up 23% of the central bank stockpile as of the end of last June. That's, I think, the last time they reported it. So is something going on? Obviously, we already see it happening. Move into the gold standard is what I say. Sound money is always best money. Also, the gold standard limits and restricts the powers of our government. So, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Take a look at these graphs. Don't they look familiar? Yeah. Again, the one thing I can't stand about cryptocurrencies, they all move together. Bitcoin dropped back down to $39,219, a $3,000 drop. Gee, I wonder what happened. Ethereum's down to $2,597. New World Order coins, XRP at 73 cents, Cardano at 80 cents, Solana at $82.20, Polkadot's at 1708, Dogecoin at 11 cents, Shiba 4023, Polygon at $1.42, Crypto.com at 38 cents. And if you look over here at the 52-week average, everybody's heading back over to the left side, which is the wrong side. With the exception of Luna over here, who's trying to head over, it looks like, to a new high. Congrats to them. Also, Hex, man, this happened last time. Hex was on a major run when everybody else was down. It's up 21%. So inflation sets fresh 40-year high. Well, congratulations to the Biden administration. CPI posted a 7.9% annual gain in February. It's higher than that. It's double digits. Saitama, 7011. It's up 1.5% over the last hour, but down 5.9% over the last 24 hours. Over the last 7 days, it's down 31.2%. Over the last 14, it's down 33.8%. And over the last 30 days, good lord, it is down 55.7%. SBER Bank still at 52 cents. There's no chart. My guess is they suspended the activities of SBR Bank. Silver back up there near $26 after it got smacked down, $25.94. We knew it would rebound. And just like that, it's getting back on track. So getting up there near the $26 mark again, sitting at $25.94. Of course, after the inflation reports, what'd you expect? Gold at $2,000. Look at this. Look at this big drop. Yeah, that was this morning, sitting around 1994. Drops all the way down here to, I don't know, 19, looks like 80 something. And then shot right back up. Here we are sitting at $2,000, above the $2,000 level again. Because this is a true safe haven and a weapon against inflation. So, gold back on track, moving up after the same thing that happened to silver, happened to gold. The powers that be doing what they can to hold back the price of gold and silver because it sends a signal to the people out there that the economy is bad. And you know, we got midterms coming up and they can't have it looking like economy is bad when we know it is. This article is from February, just a month ago. You can see right here, it says China planning to attack the dollar with gold-backed yuans. Yeah, both China and Russia are doing this. Why do you think they've been buying gold like there's no tomorrow? Meanwhile, we're not even allowed to audit our own gold. We have no idea if we have our gold. We're supposed to have the most in the world. There's no way of knowing. There's never been an audit. And can you imagine a government that insists on an audit but can't get permission to get one? Wow. These people are supposed to be caretakers of our country. Great job there. 2018, China launched oil future contracts that was priced in yuan, but could be converted to gold. It means that oil producers could sell oil to China and immediately convert the yuan they got into gold, providing them better value than the paper yuan and even better than the dollar. The move raised concerns that the so-called petro yuan would be the first of a series of blows China is planning to impact the world's reserve currency, our dollar. Well, it is. That was one move, and then they outlawed cryptos. Then they outlawed cryptocurrencies, or at least kicked the miners out. It says, and those concerns seem to be valid. In the fourth quarter of 2020, central banks worldwide are holding less dollars as the dollar shares of global exchange reserves dropped to 59%, according to the IMF, its lowest number since 1995. As I keep telling people, the dollar is dying. It's being killed. Before long, it will not be the reserve dollar. People are tired of the abuse from America. It says now China is launching an uppercut aimed at dethroning the dollar. Beijing has been experimenting with its own global currency, including large-scale trials where consumers could use the currency for payments. They've taken a lead in the ring, and just recently they become the first major economy to unveil a central bank digital currency. But China knows it will take a series of blows to take down the reigning champion. So they have not stopped there. I don't care what country does it. Bringing this back to the gold standard is only going to help the people. It's going to hurt in the beginning. But that hurt is going to cause people to sit back and reflect on the type of government we have in office and start looking for accountability finally. So this week came the news that People's Bank of China is now allowing domestic and international banks to import significant amount of gold into the country. Until then, the central bank had tight restrictions in place, usually only allowing enough gold to enter the country to satisfy local demands. I'd be concerned that if I kept gold there in China, that they would keep it. According to the sources, 150 tons of gold worth about $8.5 billion at the current prices will be shipping in April and May. That's an eye-opening return to the gold market since Beijing only allowed around 10 tons of the precious metals into the country per month throughout 2020 and early 2021. And it's twice the amount of gold China imports per month in 2019. What puts this into perspective is that China is already sitting on a huge pile of gold. China is the world's largest mining producer of gold. They don't need to import gold unless they have a plan for it. And they do. So here you go. We got the gold back yuan. Now, couple that with the fact that Russia and China stopped using the dollar to do trade. Other countries are getting ready to join them. We have Putin talking about backing his ruble with gold. Once that happens, you partner that up with what China is doing. We are in the gold standard, and that's where we need to be. And I don't know what our government's going to do because you see, they're so used to printing out money and abusing the powers that were given to them. This would absolutely restrict the government and reduce their powers. So both Russia and China over the last couple years have been dumping their dollars and dumping the debt that they have, like in bonds and stuff like that. Yeah, getting away from the United States as much as possible. Because there's people out there going, no way, man, China owns a whole lot of their debt. They're not going to do anything. Well, or people haven't been paying attention. They've been dumping that debt. And so has Russia. They've been dumping their dollars. And so has Russia. And they are not the only countries. I'm bringing this up because it's important for you to have gold and silver. Right now, you see the feds and the central banks around the world are all panicking, saying, we need to hurry up and get out the central bank digital currency. They want that digital currency out so they can control those countries if they can get them to accept it. They think they can force countries into taking the central bank digital currency. We'll see. I think people who want to be free are going to look over to them countries as a way to express that freedom if the central bank digital currency is forced on us and those countries are not accepting it. Anyways, that's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it, and I'll catch you later. I'm out.